So this is a tutorial for the game Xeno-Force, and we're looking at the character sheet. The character sheet may look a little bit confusing to start with, but actually it's really simple when you get down to it. It consists of multiple parts. So the top left portion here is the basic information about the Marine. It includes the space to put the Marine's name, space to write the player's name, and the rank and class of the Marine. Over on the top right, over here, the key attributes has the major attributes that the Marine has. So the move attribute here, 6, is how many inches the character will move on a basic advance action. The mind score here, which is 4, is the attribute which tells you how good the Marine is at performing certain tasks, such as medical roles or technical roles. The tactics score here, which on initial Marine is 0, tells you how good the Marine is at assessing the situation. That's the number that you add to your initiative roll when you're determining the turn order between the Marine players. And finally in this section you have action points. This character has 1 action point. There are more that can be filled in as you advance. The action point can be spent once during the mission in order to gain an additional action in 1 turn only. The character also has space to write down the energy shield. That's like a sort of force field that can protect the Marine. Initial Marines have no force field, but there's spaces here. This tells you how strong the shield is, this tells you how much energy the shield has, and this tells you how much energy the shield gets back each turn. So they're all 0 to start with. The dodge and parry pools are the active defense pools. Again, and the start character starts with 0 in both. Dodge is used to dodge incoming shots, and parry is used to block attacks in melee. There are 5 locations of the Marine: the head, left arm, right arm, legs, and torso. Each of these locations has a number of health boxes that are filled in as the Marine takes damage. When the last wound box, which are these circles, is filled in a particular location, then that location is destroyed. If it's the head or the torso, then the Marine is bleeding to death and will die very shortly afterwards. The wound effects are listed up here, and damage and wounds will be governed in another tutorial at a different time. Here is a space to record confirmed kills. Every time the Marine makes a kill, you can mark a little box off here, and then you can add up how many kills they've got for prestige, and also for determining how many experience points the Marine gets at the end of the mission. Then finally, down here we have the weapons of the Marine. The primary weapons are listed down here. In this start, Marine has a heavy rifle, a heavy pistol, a combat knife, and 3 fragmentation grenades. So these are the values for the heavy rifle. At point blank, medium, long, and extreme range, this is how many dice they'll roll. The penetration of the weapon tells you how much of the enemy's armor that it completely ignores. Aim and full auto scores give you additional attack options, which generally use more actions, but you gain extra dice for rolling, so therefore you can do more damage. Blast accuracy, blast radius, and blast damage are reserved for area of effect weapons, and heavy weapons have a setup time. If a setup time is listed here, then before the weapon can be fired, the Marine must spend that many ready actions in order to shoot the weapon. The Marine will also have a close weapon, which in this case is a combat knife. That gives you a close score, which is the number of dice you roll when fighting in melee. Penetration is the same as the shooting weapon's penetration. It's how much armor you ignore. Focus and full attack are 2 extra attack options, which again, just like aim and full auto, they use more actions, but you can roll more dice, and so therefore potentially do more damage. Each Marine can also make improvised attacks. Those are like headbutting, kicking, or just punching or using the rifle butt to knock opponents over. They're generally less powerful than a melee weapon, so the close score is the same, the penetrations get the same, but the focus and the full attack attributes are less. However, the advantage of an improvised attack is that you don't have to have a weapon ready, and it's an offhand attack, so you can always make it, and you can even make it in addition to attacking with the primary melee weapon, so you could stab someone with a knife and then kick them. And then finally, most characters have a pistol as well as a backup weapon. This character has a heavy pistol. Pistols can be used at close and point blank range, so they can be used in melee and they can be used at point blank range, which is up to 8 inches. They also have a penetration value, which ignores enemy armor, and they can be focused in melee combat. They can't be aimed or shot full auto or used full attack. Here's a space to put some notes about the pistol. Here's a space with some notes about the primary weapons. Finally, down here is a space to record how many grenades you have. Most start characters start with 3 fragmentation grenades, so you can just mark up the 3 of these boxes here for fragmentation grenades and tick them off as you use the grenades. On the reverse of the sheet is information that you will use less frequently or just between missions. There is a space for writing notes if you want to note anything down about the Marine. There's a space here for writing anything about wounds or permanent wounds, such as brain damage from head wounds. Down here is a summary for different types of grenades, which is a convenient little space to write down any grenades that the Marine might have to reference during a game. And here is the largest space is used to record any special abilities or equipment or bonuses or rewards that the character might have, and what effect they have in the game and how often they can be used, etc. So these are the funky special abilities that the Marine might have, and you can write them down in this. This portion of the character sheet here is used to record the advances that you might have on the character's attributes. So for example, if you advanced the point blank and medium range attribute after the first mission by 1 point, you'd put a 1 there, and those two would add up to a 5, so you get a new point blank and medium range value of 5. You could then make adjustments to the character with his new skill. There'll be another detailed video about how to advance characters available soon. This is an example of a character that's been through a few missions, completed 5 missions, and has reached rank 2, so he's a support Marine rank 2. You can see there's a few differences from the basic Marine. He's got 2 more action points, so we've filled in these 2 stars here. He's got more health around his locations. He's got some extra toughness boxes here, 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 and here. He's improved his shooting stats a bit, so he's a bit better with the heavy rifle, and he's a lot better at aiming. He's got the rapid shot ability, which allows him to shoot multiple times, and a laser dot, which helps aiming at point blank range. He's got some extra grenades. He switched out his heavy pistol for a light pistol because it's very reliable and never jams. And I've written over here his background ability, which is that he's lucky, and I've put a little circle here which you can tick off in the middle of the game when he uses it. So that's an example of a slightly more experienced Marine. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it's helped. If you've got any requests for other videos, then do get in touch via the contact page. Enjoy playing Xeno-Force.